Hello, everybody. We're at PHP Tech 2009, and just managed to corner one more person to talk to. So, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Cal Evans, and I'm the director of the PHP Center for Expertise at Ibuildings in the Netherlands and in the UK. And I do a lot of business process reengineering. I'm also the editor-in-chief of techportals.ibuildings.com, and I also get to attend conferences for a living.
So you just hang out, spend a lot of time chatting around IRC, don't do anything?
Well, and answering questions to idiots with cameras.
Oh, okay, great. I'll point out any if I see them. So it seems iBuilding seems like a pretty good sized company with a lot of offices around. How do you interact with some of the distributed and remote teams?
Well, I've been doing remote development, or I've been managing remote developers for quite some time, and iBuildings is very good at it. They've got it down. They understand the needs and what you have to do, and you can sum it all up in basically one word: communicate. Now, if you're going to post this before my session, those that see this don't need to come to my session anymore, because that's the secret to it. You just really have to. It's the manager's job to make sure that they stay in touch with the developer, because a remote developer left to his own devices will bury himself in code and not bother to look up. And so as a manager, I have to reach out to them, and reaching out could be via Skype, via IRC, however you want to do it, but you've got to make the effort and you've got to do it on a daily basis, and that's just part of your job as the manager.
So you talked specifically about developers. Does that apply to everyone on the team, QA, designers, executives up the chain, things like that?
Yes, having been a remote developer, I also know that remote developers can feel kind of isolated unless they're in constant contact with more than just their particular manager. So when I was at Zen had several remote developers, and they really understood this, and everybody had all the tools necessary to talk to the remote developers. So when I needed to talk to somebody in the office, I could pop up Skype IM and talk to any of the people that I normally deal with on a regular basis. And it was just, you felt more part of the company by having that interaction.
So somebody that's working remote, maybe they're having difficulty making the transition to being outside the constant eye of a manager or whatever. Do you have maybe a tip that might help them get started, help them get focused?
Find a community. The PHP, it's wonderful. You've got a community that is there on IRC, and a lot of us are on AIM, and you can get involved in that, and at least that way you don't feel isolated. Once you have got your support group that is around you and your peer group around you, then you've just got to make sure that your manager understands that it's their job to make sure they talk to you on a daily basis. And one tip I always give in my talks is every manager should reach out to every remote developer at least once a day, and not just on what are you working on, but truly interact with them on a personal basis. You do this with your in-house developers, and you never think about it. You walk by their cube, you see them at the coffee machine, and you'll talk about the local sports team or whatever's on TV the night before. And that kind of interaction is the kind of interaction I'm talking about. Asking about how's their project. That's not interaction. That's work.
Great. Thank you for the insight and the experience. And this was Cal Evans, and we are at PHP Tech 2009. Thank you.
You're welcome.